not use Restream for. Oh boy, I got to turn up my phone brightness. We'll see if this kills the stream. If so, I'll restart. That it's working. I cannot figure out how to turn my phone around. Yeah, okay, so it records if I switch to a different thing. Okay. Oh, okay, great. So fantastic. We're good here. I will. I'll actually turn my phone around since I guess I'm live streaming. I've not done one of these on my phone. I've done one on my computer, but I'm definitely not a genius with this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna switch my phone around. Victoria, you joined. If you wouldn't mind muting, that would be great.
Okay, I'll mute.
What'd you say?
I say I'll mute. Turn off the sound.
Nice. Yeah. Well, you haven't seen us walk in a long time, but you know where I am. So we're live on YouTube and
Very nice.
X. Yeah. So the police station looks like they put stuff on the trampoline. Today's pretty quiet. At least recently, they've been doing. I can get the park. Aside from the plants look very healthy and happy and new, is they had to cut down this large tree here. They cut this down. It took a really long time, and whenever they like a month, and whenever they were burning the tree, it made me cough a lot. So they something growing on the tree that was odd. But they cut down this tree, and people just everywhere. So I'm gonna try not to get anybody on film, but there's just a lot of people everywhere. And which way do I want to go? I think I'll avoid the main street and try to go this way by the Printer Museum. So, yeah, the whole point of this video is just to kind of talk about what it's like to live in rural El Salvador, show a little bit of my town. If I'm not watching the comments, to be honest, I probably won't be able to while I'm walking and trying not to get run over, which you'll understand if you've if you kind of ever seen this before. And this is the exciting part. So I have the camera showing kind of what the neighborhood looks like right now, but pretty soon I'll be on the side of the road. So I'll just switch to my face, which is less exciting, but you know, whatever. So it's a very bright day. You can see some of the mountains over the house there, maybe. And right now it's real quiet, but you'll start playing music around probably 2. Usually that goes to about 6. And I'll go up here by the old lady shop who owns it. She's really nice. But I used to, back in the day, I would buy beer occasionally from her. But she only sells stuff in glass bottles. And for whatever reason, it's like people get really protective about you returning the glass bottles to them. And I don't understand the context. So I just try not to buy anything in a glass bottle from one of these little shops and just avoid the arguments, you know. Or actually, her shop is over there. But okay, so now get a little bit better of a view. Going down this road, that's a mango tree on the left. Right, it's mango season right now, although it looks like that doesn't have any mangoes. The birds themselves really like. It's like a real living plant wall. Usually when you see these in restaurants, they're fake. That's real. Yeah, usually the birds love the mangoes and make a lot of noise. So they may have already eaten all the mangoes there. Little view of the mountains. The reason I'm going this way, aside from it being less loud than the main street, is I'm going to the ATM today, which seems like a really stupid reason to do a live stream, because going to the ATM is not very exciting. But here, there's no ATM in the town, and so you have to go to the nearest ATM, which is in Waiua. And so it's about a 40-minute walk there, and then I usually will do a grocery shop and then take an Uber home, because it's very unpleasant to walk literally like down the mountain, up the mountain. Oh, that's a papaya that fell off the truck. It's unpleasant to walk with like 30 kilos of groceries, or about 50, 60 pounds of groceries. So the reason I'm going this way is because you would assume that there's a gas station in this town, which is, gas stations are kind of in rare supply. There's a gas station here, and it's pretty nice. They have food and other things going on, but they don't have an ATM. So I've asked in there, and they're like, no, the only place you can get an ATM is in Waiua. There's kind of a bus stop near the gas station, but it's not a like in Waiua. There's a bus stop where you can wait, and the bus leaves about once every 30 minutes to an hour. But here, if you're just not there at the perfect time, you have no idea how long you'll have to wait. So it's not pleasant. And now we're on the road, so I'll do a couple of minutes of the video here, just showing what it initially looks like, and then I'll switch back over because it starts to get pretty repetitive of just green stuff and then going down a hill and then up a hill. So actually, yeah, now there's a bus at this little bus stop. People are getting started on their business. So if you've never been to Latin America, this is a common mode of transit. So it's an old school bus from the United States. They paint it and they add all sorts of flair to it and stuff like that. I don't necessarily understand all of the logic, but it's the same seats as in a normal school bus, and it's 50 cents. The school buses are owned independently, and you can get 50 cents from destination to destination. So if you're going a short way, 50 cents is not so bad, but you can even get a bus that will take you 30 minutes or an hour away for 50 cents, which is great. The downside to the bus is it's hard to know when it will come. And then also when you have groceries and things like that, they will not leave because it's so cheap. There's no way for them to make money. They won't leave where they are unless it's completely full. And so for me, I'm much bigger than most Salvadorans. And then if you add say 50 pounds of groceries and other stuff that you're carrying in bags, you just hit people in the head. You can't fit in a seat that's designed for a small child in the US, and nobody will offer you their seat. There are racks that put bags, but they're not very good, and so your groceries fall out and hit everyone the whole time. It is not very fun. And so if you want to go to the grocery store, the best time, my experience for where I am, is on Saturday or Sunday, because there's a big food festival in Waiua, and usually you can get an Uber on the way back, but not always. If you go during the week, it's an easier time. There's not as much traffic and craziness and that kind of danger, but you either have to walk or take the bus, and so it's not fun. And I'll switch over because I know that watching the road isn't the most exciting. Okay, I remember how to do this now. So I don't know if I can see myself there, but I see myself now. Yeah, so now I'll just use my face so people can see me while I'm talking. Hopefully, if I'm holding the phone at this distance, it's not so crazy. You can hear me, but yeah, it's just constant traffic. Kind of I mean, I have no plan for what I'm going to talk about, by the way. So if people jump into like the chat and ask questions, at some point I'm happy to respond. I have no agenda. I'm literally just walking and what I would normally be talking about things with the AI and trying to plan out, my work when I get back home. It's how I typically do these trips is I just work the whole way that I'm walking. And today I'm kind of Okay, well, maybe I'm back now. Golly, that was crazy. It's like 5 minutes. I have no idea if any of that recorded or not. Okay. Well, I think it's broadcasted. So I won't worry about it. Unfortunately, it's like midday here, so it's just incredibly hot. I'm going to go back across the street here. I have plenty of time. I don't know why I prefer this side of the street, but I do. Yeah, so there's some cool houses in the hills, which I could show, but it's not really that exciting. Or I guess I can like flip around for a quick look. Yeah, so you can see like there's the mountains. There's some sort of factory over there. I don't know what that factory does, but it's a fairly big one. And then houses up in the mountains and things like that. And if we stay here long term, I'll flip back to me. And so if we stayed here long term, I would love to live back into or to live up in those mountains. I guess I can. Victoria, my fiance, is joined. Oops, I don't know how to add her back. She can watch at least. That's maybe easier. For some reason, I just hit a dead spot in the reception and couldn't. And Restream freaked out, and then I couldn't figure out what was going on. It took like 5 minutes, but now I am reconnected here. So, yeah, what am I doing? Aside from trying not to get run over. Not a lot. I guess, just walking. I'll switch back around so people can see. Kind of the fun thing for Victoria is I don't think she's ever walked to from the house before, whereas I have. So you can kind of see that this mountain range is really just volcanoes. Most of them are dead. Not all, but most of them are dead. And the Santa Ana volcano, you can't see it, but it's like over there. That one of those factories is right there. Looks like it's probably some sort of a grain factory. Based on what's growing here, I would guess coffee, but I don't know, because usually you think of grain in Latin America as being like corn flour. So maybe that's grown, but I don't know that. I think maybe one place I've seen corn being grown, and for the most part, it seems like all the corn flour is imported. So I don't know. That's a mystery that will be solved some other day. Of course, so I guess if you're an American or from somewhere else, you'd think, I'll just look online and see what it is. Well, almost nothing has a website, so you have no idea what things are, and like there might not even be a road that really has a name. It might have like a government name, like Government Road 2001-41, and then you don't have addresses. So it's just kind of like when you give instructions on where something is, you're looking for it. If it's not on one of these roads, like this is a main road, this is a pretty nice road. Oh, here we go. My mom joined too. Hi, Mom. So just walking to the ATM. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm telling stories as I go, reflecting on culture and showing nature and all that stuff. The good news is that the women in my life who love me can make sure that I'm not dead and hit by a car. So everybody is happy just to listen to me talk about whatever it is that I'm talking about, which is addresses. They don't exist. And so it's kind of like my joke is from the office, and there's this, I got a rock on my shoe, so I'll stop for a second. This episode of The Office where this is I don't know what house is back there, but probably nice. Would love to see it. No idea. So when you give addresses, it's like walk until you hear the bees, is kind of the answer. They don't, you can put like the rough kilometer that you're at in the road. But when you get a delivery, let's say, or something like that, you can get delivered to your house, but you have to provide a phone number because the delivery driver just parks in the nearest place and then either gets out on foot or you have to give directions on their motorbike directly to where you are. So if you're in the city, it's not that difficult. But if you're somewhere else, it's really hard. And like once they get to know you, I've had like a very small amount of deliveries, maybe 4, something like that. But once they get to know you, then they know where you live. And so you get their WhatsApp number, and you're like, your delivery guy becomes like the milkman used to be in a long time ago in the US, or even for my family, we had a milkman in the 90s. And you know your milkman, that's a person who delivers things. Here it's like a motorcyclist, a motociclista who will come by and deliver things to you, and you get to know them, and it's like I don't know, it's kind of sweet in a way. It's also kind of annoying that like house numbers just aren't a thing. If you put the house number up, like nobody puts a number on their house, which I don't know if that's like just a Latin America thing or something. I don't know, but anyway, it's definitely different. Oh, well, this is not in a super exciting stretch of road, but one thing I do on these walks, and one issue in general that I face a fair amount, is like, where do you pee if you have to pee, or worse, right? And so you kind of start to look for like, this is one of my spots. I could get there and find a pretty good. The camera moves in opposite directions when you're using Restream. So if I had to pee, which right now I'm okay, you can go here, and then you can climb up on this hill, and you can pee down the hill, pee into the mountains, and be all right. And that's these plants here that you're looking at. We'll see if I can. Oh, it's really annoying that the camera's reversed. Okay, so that's what you're looking at is bamboo, and then those larger trees, many of them are mango, some others are just regular old trees. This big one here is a mango tree, a baby mango tree that's been trimmed. There we go. Reconnected. Just went down in the valley. So I think I'm rebroadcasting. Now I'll go up the hill. I've never done one of these live before, so you forget, but you kind of go down about 400 feet. So here's your typical camione truck. Camione. Too tired. I have a Spanish Holy cow. All good. So I never realized that my connection fails, halfway down the mountain. And then when you're coming back up, I guess you're just in some sort of gully. But now I appear to be back. The good news is that when the connection was offline, I was going up the hill. So it's Okay, so I might be rejoined. I've had a lot of connection issues, and right now I'm trying to just sit in the shade because my phone says it's overheating. So it's my best bet is to just sit in the shade and see if my phone will kind of restabilize. It was continually losing connection. But what I'm taking pictures Goodness gracious. I'm trying to troubleshoot what's up with my phone just so I can get an Uber back home. It's like, for some reason, the connection just stays live for like 10 seconds and then goes away. So I don't know. I don't know what the story is for that, but for now, maybe it's stable. We'll see. Okay. I'm good. I can walk in the street for a second. We'll see. Holy cow. All right. Maybe this is stable now. It kind of worries me that like maybe the streaming is blowing through my data. I don't know. But also I don't know. So it's an experiment. Probably one I won't do again. Unless I'm on Wi-Fi. Holy moly. So this place is new. The red place. This is usually where I walk to get a cab when I go to the grocery store, or that's what I've done in the past. That turned out to be, it's windy, kind of stupid. It's quite a walk to the grocery store from here, and I think I'll go down this street just because it's one way and sort of has a sidewalk. Yeah, I like this road as well. Let's see. We'll see. Hey, still have internet. Okay. I'm going to switch my phone to my right hand for a second. So it'll be a little bit jumpy. But now I'm doing good. Now we're rocking, people. This is the worst live stream from a technical perspective in history, but doing good. So they've got bathrooms here. If I recall correctly, this is like a little food court. I'm going to try very hard not to get people's photos. Then you can have like a permanent, there's a huge food festival. These look like food stalls people have set up. And the food festival kind of is over that way. And this is a new food court I've never been to. Well, it's one way, but in practice in Latin America, you just use the road how you want to, because every road is chaos. And when they shut down two of the main roads, there's not really enough roads for all the other traffic. And so people just go wherever they can, myself included. I wish that there was a cultural norm to only park on one side of the street, but I got many wishes for El Salvador. That one's pretty far down the list. Let's see if we've got fresh produce. I don't know what these little tomato-looking things are. Those are new, or the little green things there as well. I'm not sure. Look like tiny guava, maybe? I don't know. I do encounter new fruit quite often. Let's see. So I think I go down about pretty annoying. So I dropped the connection again. No idea how long it's been down. I was just walking and talking the whole time, oblivious. Of course, it would not be Sunday in Latin America if you didn't have the loudest music kind of ever. Okay, did I get reconnected? Goodness gracious. I tried to end the stream as well. It just won't let me. So we'll see if this lasts. If it ends again, I'm just going to turn my phone off. But one thing that's remarkable about Despensa is it has grocery carts. And so normally you don't do that. Like grocery carts here, like they just don't exist. Okay, Basura trash is here. Hold on a minute. I got to pretend that I'm not recording because I don't think it's allowed. I don't think they would care, but yeah. Just a second. Okay, now we're past. Oh, see, so there's in my cart. I thought I was going to get in trouble for recorded. I'm good. Okay, I want flour. Flour. I would really like flour. See if I can like kind of side hold here. I don't know. I can't remember if I have bought flour here before or not. I think the answer is it in the bread aisle? Yeah, looks like it. Being Here you go. Masa, masa, masa. Yellow corn.